On the seventh day of Christmas, churro get to me. 7 dentists creeping, 6 garters farting, 5 mystery waifus, 4 vacuum butts, 3 gym passes, 2 closet shrines, and a cracking bottle in a tree. No regrets, Santa. I'm kind of out of tune. However, I'm not out of touch because this is the Manga Raiders Community Happy Hour. 12 Days of Christmas. It's one of those days. I do not know which one, but it's one.
Yeah, I think it's number 6.
Maybe it's number 6 or 7, depending on when it comes out. I have no idea. But I am the Manimal. I have an idea of that. Unless I have an identity crisis, which... That would be something. I'm Lego.
You had an identity crisis that one time where you kept saying that you were Lego.
But because I am Lego. I'm still Lego right now.
Pick one.
Pick between myself and Lego.
Yep.
I'll pick by the end of the 12 days. So I am Manimal, and joining me on this exciting occasion, making a grand comeback for the first time in months, it's Mahlua.
Yay, you sound so excited.
Yeah. Check out who we got. It's Mahlua.
God. I feel so welcomed.
Well, that's what we do here.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of making a post right now because speaking of feeling welcome, someone did the one post drop thing trying to post their email and requesting for an artist and leaving.
Oh, well, the email things are blocked now, I think, actually.
Yeah.
Because I saw in my story, I had a fake email for one of my characters, and now it says, "Please don't post emails." So I'm like, yeah. But it's not real.
Yeah.
But yeah,
you should be like at notreal.com.
Yeah, give it something fancy like that. I don't know how they filter that, but
I think it's based on like at Gmail, at Yahoo, and at other major internet providers.
At Bing, does Bing have an email service? Do they have anything?
I mean, I guess. Because Bing just tries to be Google and fails. That's what it does.
I've never actually used Bing or Yahoo.
I have for images.
Are
like,
they
if I'm looking for... sometimes I Google something on Google Images, and I see all the images there, so I'm like, I wonder what other image search things have for this same search.
Oh, yeah.
It happens when I'm looking for ships, mostly, but that's another topic.
Ships. My favorite is the Pirates of the Caribbean one.
The Black Pearl?
I don't know. I haven't seen those movies. Well, no, I did watch number 3, but I don't remember what I thought about it. I didn't really care about those films very much.
It's actually kind of funny because earlier in chat we were talking about alcohol, and I'm a very rum-oriented person, so the chat decided that my new nickname is the female Jack Sparrow.
Oh, okay, right on. Pirating it up. Pirating party. Pirate party. Something like that. Anyways, well, I guess, you're making your grand comeback, so what have you been up to?
I was in college. I made Ollie's 1B this semester. Cool. It actually dropped my GPA because... Thanks. Thanks, professors. You just had to give me all those A- and that B+.
Oh, that's it. That's the end.
Yeah. Oh, well. I still have pretty good GPA.
Wait, you use letter grades?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that was
At least colleges are on a 10-point scale, because if things were still on a 7-point scale, which, mind you, as someone going into education, I believe is ridiculous. Hate 7-point scale.
Wait, 7 out of, like... Oh, hold on, I'm confused. So, over here it's just
7-point scale is like... 7-point scale means there are 7 points per letter. So the lowest grade you can get and pass is 70%.
Yeah.
And on a 10-point scale, the lowest you can get and pass is 60%.
I think that the percent sounds better than numbers myself. Calling it like A+ and A- sounds pretty like elementary school-esque.
Yeah. My college doesn't actually do an A+ system. It's just an A or an A-. But all the other letters have a plus.
And then everything else is just a straight-up F if you fail.
Yeah, anything below a certain threshold is just F.
Yeah.
We don't even have an E, so I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, I guess there's never been an E, right? It's always just A, B, C, D, and F. That's kind of strange. Well, I guess because F means fail, but what does A mean? Like awesome?
Yeah.
And then what would B be? Berific?
Terrific, Sensei!
Berific, I'm sure that's a word that means something
All
somewhere.
Persona fans in the distance just cringed.
Yeah, vacant in
They
there,
probably busted.
they couldn't take it. But I can take it because
Yeah.
I haven't played those games, so I don't know anything.
It's best. But we were going to talk about traditions today. That was
Yeah.
our decided themes. So, while I'm trying to type to this raider about our policy, you can go ahead and start talking about what you guys do in Canada.
In Canada land. So, when it comes to traditions and fancy stuff like that, there's literally nothing. You just do whatever. Like, I mean, there's the dinners and all that stuff, but there's not like any kind of countrywide events or anything like that. I mean, I think they do stuff in Quebec with like the weird snowmen and stuff, but I don't know what those French people do. I don't know what they get themselves up to. But, you know, everyone themselves has their own personal traditions. I don't have very much myself, just like family dinners and weird little things. Like, okay, every year on the newspaper they run letters to Santa. So since 2011, I've been writing it. That's pretty exciting. No, I've been writing in as a kid named Randy, and just writing the most random stuff just to see my letter get posted in the newspaper.
Random Randy?
Yeah, and like he's been aging, but then I was like, okay, he's gotten too old to believe in Santa, so I'm just gonna get rid of his age now. So the continuity is kind of gone, but it's something I like to do. It amuses me.
So you're just trolling your local newspaper
Well, I'm
by
not
pretending
being...
to be a kid, like you
Yeah.
pretend to be Lego.
Yeah, I am Lego. What are you talking about?
Fucking identity thief.
I mean, it's the internet. I could be anybody, right? What if I just wanted to call myself Lego
I
all of a
guess.
sudden? I chose to call myself an animal, so... I mean,
Yeah.
I was born with that name, though, so... But no, yeah, I write in the newspaper as Randy, and I just put weird stuff, like... I think one year I want, like, a Lando action figure. I don't go too far, because, you know, they still gotta publish it, but it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
And other than that, I go to Tim's every Christmas Eve. But, you know, it's Canada, so we go to Tim's all the time. I actually got a Christmas ornament of, like, a little Tim Hortons in a snow globe. I think it was, like, $8 or something ridiculous like that. Ornaments are kind of expensive, actually.
Yeah, the fancy ones are.
Mm-hmm. Although, when I saw Rogue One, they had, like, a whole thing of Star Wars ornaments you can buy. That's pretty much what my whole tree is. It's, like, 80% Star Wars. And then there's, like, Mr. Hanky, too, to level it out.
Yeah.
We have a pretty junky tree.
Yeah, the one where I'm staying now is pretty junky too, not gonna lie. Because during all that college shenanigans, I got a job, and if you've been researching my posts, I won't say internet stalking, I'll say researching.
That's a good way of putting it.
If you've been researching up on my posts, you'll find that I am now working at the local Waffle House.
Waffle House?
Yeah.
Isn't that where, like, all the fights take place and stuff? Isn't that a thing on the internet, like the Waffle House fights?
I don't know.
Yeah, that was a thing a few years ago, I think.
Let me Google that.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Waffle House fight?
Yeah.
Oh my god, you're right! Holy shit!
Oh, that's right, yeah. I don't know
What
why
the
this is a thing, but it is.
I knew Waffle House was jank, but what the fuck is this?
Yeah, does this happen where you work?
It hasn't yet, and that's kind of surprising considering we live in a college town where there are
Okay, what does that
actually
mean?
some gangs.
Corin says that too. Like, why do you call it college town? Is it literally just a town, a small town that has a college, or?
Yeah, it's just a town that has a college because it's not every town has a college. Surprise.
Well, yeah, I know, but I guess well, no, it just
Sometimes
sounds weird
the
to say
college is the
town.
main attraction of the town because,
Oh,
like,
okay.
look at it this way. The university I go to, when the fall semester starts, because, you know, after summer, all the students, you know, go back home for a little while.
Yeah.
But when all the students come in and move in, the size of the town literally doubles its population.
What? Is it like 100 people? Okay, well, obviously more than 100 people go to school.
Yes, but it's
oh,
it's
wow.
pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden there's tons of jobs made.
Yeah, because, there's hotels in the region because, sports balls.
Oh.
Go sports ball.
With sports ball? What?
Yeah, because that covers everything. It covers baseball, it covers basketball, it covers football, it covers all the balls.
Oh, I guess that does make sense, actually. But that doesn't cover hockey.
Hockey ball.
Hockey ball? Well, it's a hockey puck. Unless you play street hockey, which is traditionally played with a tennis ball. I mean, surely you have hockey over there. That's an American thing, too.
You'd think we would, considering where I am is pretty icy, but I don't know. I know that my school does, however, have a Quidditch team.
Quidditch? What's that one?
It's literally the Harry Potter game transposed into real life.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It's an actual thing, and we made it to the competitions a couple of years ago.
There's competitions?
Yes, and we didn't make first place, but we got pretty high up there, I think.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with the Harry Potter thing, though, so how exactly does that go down?
You basically run around with a PVC pipe between your legs and say it's a broom, while someone wearing a yellow shirt is the snitch, and they run around all campus.
On campus? Like, how big is, like, the playing field for this?
Most of it is about the size of a soccer field.
Yeah.
Except the snitch can go anywhere, and the people who try to catch the snitch, I forget what they're called, they're allowed to go just about anywhere on campus, except they can't go into buildings. I think that's a restriction.
What? This sounds like a big-scale game.
It is, because, in Harry Potter it's kind of a big-scale game, too.
Oh. I had no idea what this was. That sounds pretty exciting. So it's basically like...
It's intense.
It's basically like the live-action role players, except it's a sport.
Yep.
Huh.
It's interesting.
I'm still always surprised every time I see the live-action role players, or LARPs, I should call them that. That sounds a lot catchier. But I'm like, oh yeah, that's a thing that people do. I
would be one of those people, considering I'm a voice actress. Not formally or anything, but of my friends, I seem to be the one. I seem to be the one in my group of friends that has a variety of voices.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
well,
I had a friend who was, trying to do Final Fantasy voices, so he tried Cloud, and then he tried Sephiroth, and then I did the same lines right after him in the female version of their voices, and my friends were just in awe, but I think it's more because they don't have women's voices, so that basically anything I did that sounded, appropriate for the intonations, which is a really fancy way of saying, if I say it like how they say it, it would sound like the female voice simply because there isn't one in your mind already.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I seem to be pretty good at, developing a female voice for a male character, or for a character whose voice I haven't heard, or that doesn't canonically have a voice.
So, the girl equivalent of just any guy.
Yeah.
Wow. That'd be exciting for some gender bender activities, but...
We should do that on NR someday.
Oh, God. What do you mean? Like a whole reading?
Where's my sketchbook of ideas? I need to write that down. I'm going to write an MR story involving a Christmas present in which we were all gender bent.
Oh my, who's gonna play me?
You're going to play you, except, womanly.
Oh, that's what you mean. Oh, okay. I don't think I can pull that off.
Yeah.
Just saying. I am the Manimal after all, but such a stupid name.
You're going to be the womanimal.
The womanimal. The womanimal. Yes. Womanimal. That works.
Yeah.
Right? And then what would your name? What would your name be? Like Michael and Milk?
Yeah, it's kind of funny because this name is loosely based on my name as is, and because my friends are starting to get into drag for reasons.
Reasons.
Yeah, reasons. We'll go with that.
Okay.
That's another thing I got up to. I actually have a picture with the hostess drag queen at a thing that they held on campus. That was fun.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. But yeah, I've started to develop a drag king persona because there are not enough of those on this precious good green earth.
I've never heard of that. I've literally never heard anyone say, drag king before.
It's a woman dressed as a man.
Yeah, I'd figure that much.
Or,
it sounds more like a racing thing.
Yeah, it does.
Well, I mean, in general. Is that what they call them when they have competitions, like a drag race?
Yeah. Actually, yeah.
But what are they racing for? The gold? Victory?
performing the best.
So, like, at events like this, do they actually, like, do things or just model?
They model, sometimes they'll dance to a song, sometimes they'll lip sync, sometimes there will be, like, parodized, they'll do celebrity impressions that are heavily parodized, or they'll do, like, I forget what it's called, but it's like where they insult each other back and forth.
Like a Your Mama off?
Basically, except, fabulous.
Yeah. Well, that sounds
Fabulous
pretty
Yo Mama
exciting.
off.
Yeah. Oh, wow. What do you know? You learn things
One of
every day.
my friends was, like, at one of the performances, pretty much got a lap dance from one of them, and I'm just sitting here like, curse you.
Why, because you're jealous?
Oh, yeah. She was gorgeous.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's pretty exciting. Some drag race adventures.
Yeah, I've been up to some interesting shenanigans, including
sure
but not
sounds
limited
like it.
to my cosplay show, which is now up on the interwebs. If you guys
For everyone to see.
Yeah. You finally get to see my face, even though I've posted it before, except, now the Facebook link is broken and you can't see it.
It kind of sounds weird when you put it like that. Like, I've posted my face. Like, that's, like, kind of violent in a way.
I just stuck my face to a Post-it note and then shoved it on a wall.
That's pretty much what it sounds like. But, yeah. This is a Christmas episode somehow. So, how about, I talked about...
What are you talking about? Drag queens are an excellent gift for anybody.
I mean, they could be.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Undoubtedly. No, but,
Yes.
Yes. When it comes to traditions here, there's not a whole lot that I have to say. I'm not a very... what would you call that? Like,
Traditional?
Yeah, but that sounds bad. When it comes to traditions, I'm not very traditional.
That reminds me of, like... This can actually be a pretty good leeway. I'll go with it.
Okay.
My friend was doing a tarot reading with what's called an oracle deck, which basically means it doesn't have the major arcana and the minor arcana set up the same way as a normal
I don't know
tarot
what that
deck.
is.
It's all really fancy talk for it's a different kind of deck than normal.
Gotcha.
And this deck had just like a picture and one word. So it would be like message, sun, earth, and they're tarot cards, so they all have their own meanings. But someone did a reading for one of my friends, the friend I'm staying with actually, based on the 12 houses of astrology, which is another huge complex thing that I'm not really going to go into because it would take more than one episode.
I don't even know what that is. I don't know any of this stuff.
Really complicated. But basically what happened was, in the house of communication, the card that came up was message.
Message?
That was the card that, because there are 12 houses, so they just put 12 cards in a circle and said, okay, this is the first house, and from there we're just going to go with it. So the house of communication got the card message.
Oh, okay, I get it.
But then even funnier, the house of creativity got creative.
Ooh, so it is real. It is spiritual.
Your creativity is creative.
Yeah. No, that's odd. What, like, okay, with cards like that, is that like something that you like feel it out and like take these random cards out of a deck or something?
Sort of. I mean, I do tarot readings, but I use what's called a gilded tarot, which is a really pretty deck, and it's set up with the major arcana that everyone's more than familiar with: the Fool, the Emperor, the Empress, the Fool, all that, whatnot.
Do you play with Ouija boards?
I personally do not.
No.
No thanks.
No. You can get those at like Walmart, can't you?
Probably.
Yeah, I'm pretty
I wouldn't want to, but
I don't think so either.
Yeah, the major problem with those is that people don't know how to close them, because when you use them, you're opening a portal for basically...
Satan?
Easiest way to put it is another dimension.
Oh, okay.
And anything can walk through that, so you might want to close it. Otherwise, you just left yourself unlocked in a cheap motel in the bad part of town. Just dimensionally speaking.
So you're telling me that the people that make these Ouija boards are spiritual and magical?
I mean, not really.
They're not just some Chinese kids or something?
Yeah, but what makes them work is like the effort that someone puts into using them. So like
Yeah.
The way that you use them is you put your hands on the planchette, which is the little triangle thingy that has a hole where you can see the letter under it or whatever.
Yeah.
And because everyone is so focused on it, it creates the portal.
Okay.
At least that is what I have come to understand.
Yeah, because I had no idea about that. Because I watched one video where some guys were trying to summon Dio to order like fast food and stuff, but that was completely
Sounds like a
uninvolved.
good idea.
Sounds like a pretty grand thing. But that's Ouija boards. How about you tell us a little bit about the actual 12 Days of Christmas and how it's a thing? And I had no idea it was a thing until now.
Well, it started as, from what I understand, a Norse tradition, starting with the solstice, which this year is the 21st, and I'm actually rooming with a Norse revivalist. She is a shaman who works with Odin, Loki, and all those good gods and goddesses of the Norse pantheon. And she actually, does use the reclaimed term heathen to describe herself, which is interesting to me.
Heathen.
Mm-hmm. Because it's a reclaimed term, kind of like pagan is a reclaimed term.
Okay.
Kind of like queer is also a reclaimed term, because they all used to be insults, but now we're like,
oh,
no,
that's what you mean. I gotcha. Okay. Yeah, so it's just like a formerly derogatory term that has been reclaimed as an actual title.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, from what I understand, because the Norse were very, based on geography, their winters were pretty harsh.
Yeah.
So, of course, during that time you had stocked up, and from what I understand, there's feasting and drinking and a very good time. I don't actually know much about the practice of it. I would have to ask her. But, yeah. I do know for most pagans, the celebration of Yule is more or less shortened to the solstice, which is, as I said, the 21st this year. And, practices that go along with that. I don't actually know. All I know is that it's a thing. I know there's feasting. I know there's, like, certain deities who are more associated with it than others. I know in Wicca it's, like, the transition from the... What was it? The oak or something? To the holly god?
I have no
Something
idea what
about
any
that?
of this is.
Yeah, I'm just kind of... Like, I know it, but it's like I don't really know what to say about it.
Yeah.
Because I just kind of briefly know a synopsis. But from what I understand, for the most part, why it exists is because a lot of... you see this motive a lot, where there's Earth Mother, Sky Father, something to do with the sun as an entity, and the reason why the solstice is such a time is because, it's the shortest day, so it usually symbolically represents the death of the sun god. And when, spring equinox is when he is born again, or something, and the summer solstice is when he, takes his throne back.
Okay.
So it's a constant life, death, rebirth that we are all very familiar with. And because the shortest day stays about the same length for 3 days, that's why you also see the common motive of being dead for 3 days. It's really interesting, and it sounds very, what was the documentary that tried to disprove everything ever? Zeitgeist, I think?
Oh, yeah. I think I know what you mean. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They basically were trying to say, well, Christianity follows these same traits as these other pagan religions that we now all consider to be false, and I'm just sitting here like, excuse you, people still practice this.
Yeah.
You asshole.
Okay, so, like, how about... I think you told me some stuff before, but, like, what are pagans in the... I mean, I know that sounds like a pretty, what would you call
actually...
broad question, but, like, what do you do? Like, what is it?
It's a pretty broad umbrella term for, generally, nature-based sometimes pre-Christian, sometimes not, polytheistic or naturalistic indigenous religions.
Okay.
Basically a fancy term for it's non-Abrahamic, meaning it didn't come from Abraham, so it's not Judaism, it's not Christianity, it's not Islam.
It's just its own thing.
Yeah.
Huh.
So some people consider Buddhism and Hindi to be pagan, and then some people don't, and it's a really odd gray area.
Yeah.
Atheism is not. There are agnostic pagans, which are interesting, but
How
the
can
most
that
common.
be a thing?
They, based on what I understand from the agnostic pagans that I know, is they're not always entirely sure of the spiritual realm, but they believe that if it were the case, then the way that the general pagan ideology has explained the spiritual realm is more accurate to what it would be.
Okay. So, yeah, I always find that weird. Like, agnostic sounds like such a temporary term.
Agnostic is basically,
Yeah, pretty much. Just don't question things or look into them. Like, I guess it could be a thing.
Usually they actually are very inquisitive, and they do ask all the questions.
Yeah. Because, yeah, like me personally, like, I don't even think about things like this, really. I'm just like, we're here, I guess, so whatever. That's my big old thought about all this, you know? Just being simple like that.
Yeah. But yes, as for what I've been up to, I guess I'll go ahead and, since I'm on the topic of pagans, explain that there are quite a few just major words that I may throw in during this conversation, may not, but there's eclectic, which is kind of a mix and match of different things, and they tend to be more modern in practice. Like
I do know what that word is.
Yes, and they don't generally practice in the same way as old traditions.
Yeah.
And there's revivalists or reconstructionists that do practice very more attuned to the traditions of the culture from which the religion originated.
Okay.
And the most prominent ones that I'm aware of outside of Wicca, which is probably the most prominent of... people just seem to know more about Wicca than they do about paganism, because Wicca is a pretty... For one, it's a very new religion. It's not ancient. Sorry.
How could you make something new like this?
It was developed in England or in the UK-ish area by some dude creating a coven after England actually finally got rid of its anti-witchcraft laws.
Oh, okay, so it's not that new then.
Started about the 1930s, 1950s, depends who you ask.
Wait. It's okay, witchcraft.
Witchcraft is much older and is non-religious specific, because I actually know a Christian witch. He's pretty cool.
Whoa. Okay.
Your mind just got blown.
Yeah, so hold on. So, like, witchcraft was still a thing in, like, the 20th century.
Yeah, it's still a thing.
And
Hi.
Hi. I'm just
Hi,
like,
I'm a witch.
okay, I don't even know what to say about that. I'm just like, wow. All right. I mean, yeah, Dave Mustaine talks about that sometimes. He made a whole song about that, The Conjuring. It's pretty exciting. Oh, that's like black magic, I guess. Is
they're
that not the same thing? Or
it's a really interesting topic to talk to people about, but as far as I'm concerned, there are different paths for everyone, and some people take a right-hand path, which is very what you would consider white magic, very just healing and good and, you know, trying to find enlightenment in the higher self. And
okay.
Then there's the left-hand path, which, you know, some people associate with evil, the devil, this, that, and the other, what have you. But what their real prerogative is to find enlightenment through themselves rather than through... I'm probably not explaining this very well, but left-hand path is basically like where the right-hand path goes from self up. Left-hand path takes everything down to self to create a whole new kind of power.
Okay, and obviously self is like the evil, right?
Self it depends on who you ask, because once everything
Okay.
got super Christianized, for example, since I am a Kemetic, which is Egyptian, pagan, basically.
More terms that I don't even know. Wow,
Yeah.
this is such a learning episode.
Education! Get your free educations here!
I'm getting it. And
Yeah.
so is everyone listening, probably.
Yeah, probably. Or, they're sitting there thinking, who the hell is this chick? Thinks she is
Or
fucking
that.
be on medication.
Yeah.
Thinks she a witch and shit.
Jeez. I don't believe it.
These damn kids these days and their witchcrafts and the magics.
Oh yeah, that's sure a trend I see everywhere. Kids with the frickin' cat's hair, and I don't even know how you cast the spells. I don't get any of that. But
Yeah. I mostly just make amulets, so basically all the jewelry I wear is enchanted for some reason or another.
oh, okay. No, I know what amulets are. I played RuneScape. That means I know everything.
Sure. We'll go with that.
Is that how real life works?
Mm-mm.
Like you gotta mine. How do you do in that game? Like you mine stuff, and then I don't remember.
Anyway, so, since I am now in a place where I can actually do my stuffs, because the dorm, I had a huge fight with my dorm at the beginning of the semester, and let me tell you, I am mad.
Yeah.
Because, I understand you're not supposed to have candles and incense because of the fire alarms. I completely and
sense.
totally respect that.
Yeah.
Except they're supposed to make allotments for people who have them for religious purposes, like people who follow a Jewish faith and have a menorah for Hanukkah.
Yeah.
Or Catholics who have an altar and therefore have an altar candle on their altar.
Okay.
So
you
they're
can't just
supposed to-
go randomly lighting candles for scent, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
But, I'm a pagan, so I have my altar, so I have my incense and my candles, which I actually called the housing, and I told them, like, okay, look, this is for religious purposes, and I want to know what the regulations are if I need to have, like, a sign-up sheet or something. And they put me on hold, and then they rerouted me to some other chick who I told the same thing to, and then she's like, well, you need to talk to the head of this department. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? I just want to have my candle on my altar.
Yeah, it sounds pretty simple.
It is so simple. Why are you not able to tell me something based on my religious rights?
Yeah.
Because, by the way, America, freedom of religion is freedom of all religions.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of an amazing concept to some people.
Wow, I don't believe it.
It's like, it's almost like Catholics should be able to have altar candles, and Jewish people should have candles on their menorahs, and people who practice Kwanzaa should have those candles, and pagans should, I don't know, have their candles and incense and stuff.
Naturally.
Amazing.
This is something I don't know. Do you what is Kwanzaa? I have no idea. I literally don't know.
I really don't know either, except that it exists.
Yeah, because you always hear like, oh, what about Hanukkah and Kwanzaa or Kwanzaa?
Yeah.
But I literally have no idea what it is.
I've actually seen around campus some people call the holidays, because people are always like, it's attack on Christmas. Instead of saying happy holidays, they'll say happy Christmas, Mahana Kwanzaa.
Well, okay. But what if you don't celebrate any of them? What if you're just some cynic and you don't believe in any holiday? Happy something? Happy days that are coming up?
Yeah, I guess.
Happy life? I don't know. It's such a complicated and weird matter.
Yeah.
Because what? The Starbucks cups are just like red snowflakes on them this year, I think.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that because I didn't really care about Starbucks.
I just get the fraps there, so that's not even in the cups. But yeah, but if you get 5 holiday drinks, you get the 6th one free, and I got them free, and I'm waiting. That's exciting, I guess. Not really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I'll finally get on to what I've been up to lately.
Yes.
I've been doing a lot of self-growth oriented stuff, and as you know, last time I was on MR for a while, I was working predominantly with Sekhmet, who is more of a warrior goddess. And as time passed, some other deity started trying to get my attention because, I was studying and I felt this connection. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'll try working with you. And I kept putting it off, and finally I was able to start working with her. And then she started being much more present I feel like Christians might best understand when they feel, when they are praying, that God is actually present with them, or that they can feel the will of God in what they're doing.
Okay.
I feel that with this deity, except she's much more playful than the Christian God, so she's a little,
messes around?
Yeah, literally when I was holding a little libation, which is just where you offer them something, and, you know, it's a kind of like a sit-down, share drinks, share food kind of thing.
Okay.
Because Egyptian faith, you can eat after the deity because, you know, they've basically taken the life essence of it and more or less blessed it.
Wait, so you're literally like offering food to this deity, and how do you know if they take it?
Well, generally if you feel them present, you know what they're thinking, because they will let you know, like,
Okay.
their vibe. And she's generally very playful, and so far she's taken just about everything I've offered her. One time I offered Sekhmet these, like, apples with some cinnamon on them, and her general response to me was basically, "Why are you doing this?" I mean, I'll take them, but I don't know why you're doing this.
Yeah, that's not the good stuff.
Yeah.
What is the good stuff, then? How are you supposed to know what to offer?
By understanding their personality. I found that Sekhmet really likes Fireball.
Fireball?
Yeah, Fireball whiskey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And,
okay, so this is something else. Like, I have no idea what it's like in general to feel any kind of presence or anything, because, again, I'm not any sort of spiritual person.
Yeah.
But, like, is that what you do? You just sit around and all of a sudden... I don't even know. You just feel something? Like, I know I sound so dumb right now.
It's a very different kind of feeling than what most people are used to, because it's like, you have your heart, which pumps blood through your veins.
Yeah.
But at least in the work that I do, it's almost like there's a different kind of heart on an energy level, which is sort of in this dimension, sort of not, because we're also energy beings.
So we have, like, interdimensional hearts?
I guess. Sort of.
Whoa. So in other planes of dimensions, I have a heart beating next to other hearts? Is it just like a separate heart, or is it another me?
The best way I would describe it is, it's just, you know, it's in the same space as you are right now. It's just that, you know, we perceive with our physical bodies only a certain number of dimensions, and this one is just a little bit different, so everyone can technically access it if they work with it, but the first step is to understand where yours is, and energy flows through our bodies kind of like another kind of veins.
Wait, another kind of what? I didn't hear that.
It's like another kind of veins.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So people who work with their own energy can feel like where, say, their power center is, where, you know, they can move their energy to different parts of their body as necessary, and they can do things to raise their energy. For example, I find that dancing does it for me.
Grand old dance-off.
Which is interesting because the deity that I'm working with more predominantly now is a goddess of dance and merriment and jubilation and happiness and drunkenness.
Whoa.
And just all the great things.
Yeah. How do you, like, know this stuff?
Research.
Oh, okay. Oh, so this is already something that's set. You don't just randomly get a deity that has its own things.
I mean, the reason why deities are become associated with things is because, like, in the past, people were, you know, trying to form a relationship with them, and they just kind of found, oh, you like this thing. Okay, we'll do this thing for you. And the deities are like, cool. Cat, please stop trying to use my laptop.
Well, it just wants to surf and find out some information.
Yeah.
But, oh man, see, again, I don't think of things like this ever, so I'm just sitting here like, wait, what? You know?
I feel like you're the normal crowd here, because I'm just sitting here spouting all my pagan stuff and not really explaining things.
Well, it's alright. There has to be a normalizer here.
Yeah.
And, oh wow, okay. So, wait, oh yeah, the last one you're talking about was like the Egyptian one. right?
Mhm.
That was a thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's actually, if anyone knows a little bit of anything about Egypt, you may have heard of her as Hathor, which is her Greek name.
I did something on Egypt in like grade 3. I don't remember that. That was just basic stuff, the pharaohs and that business. Oh yeah, it
Yeah.
was like a whole presentation thing, and I really had to rush to do that.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I remember it. Oh, school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, if anyone out there has done the studies on the Egypts and heard of the Hathor, that would be the one that I'm here working with mostly now, who is interestingly very associated with Sekhmet. Like, really,
Okay.
some people consider them to be like aspects of each other,
Yeah.
which is an interesting way of looking at it.
So, can you just, like, I don't even know how to phrase this. Can there just be, like, one deity at a time? Or...
I had the thing that I did yesterday was I actually sat with both of them to help understand what I should, do since, Sekhmet and she's very fiery and I'm not a very, fiery energy person.
Mm-hmm.
So, it was kind of a strained thing to try to work with her because she's very different from what I am physically capable of.
Yeah.
So, I was basically sitting down and meditating on what I should do as far as my path is concerned. And, yeah, from what I gathered, that was a pretty good idea. And I baked stuffed crescent rolls for both of them, different flavors. Sekhmet got Nutella and strawberry stuffing, and Het got... Yep. And Het got honey, vanilla, and cinnamon stuffing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, again, this is all like, whoa to me. I don't want it to sound like I'm making fun of you or anything, because, whatever.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, it's cool. I'm not going to diss anybody. But...
I fully understand that to the average person this probably sounds absolutely fucking ridiculous. I'm completely and totally aware that throwing this out there might make some people believe that I'm a little bit, might need to be put in a place.
In a place with white walls?
Or in a place with eternal burning and torment.
Well, okay, I mean, either one.
Yeah,
they could
both.
Be one and the same.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Can get pretty hot in a white room, actually.
I guess so. White light, white heat.
Yep.
But oh wow, okay. So that's some exciting, what would you even call that, interdimensional deity talk?
Yep. But as for normal Christmas things, my family usually would hold a Christmas dinner where the younger ones of the family would open up their first Christmas present. Then they would take the rest home and open them on Christmas Day.
Yeah, that's kind of what happens here too. There's like a Christmas Eve thing where you just have those, and then over here, that's I always like. It's almost like having two, just having one mini one. There,
yeah, one tiny one with lots of food, and then one big one with lots of leftovers.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, that's always because Christmas, just every time, man. I mean,
It's funny because I'll be working the 2 days after Christmas because everyone else.
Boxing Day too.
Yeah. Everyone already signed up at work for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day because
on Christmas Day?
Yeah, Waffle House is open on holidays.
Really?
Yeah, because it's like notoriously a truck stop.
Oh wow. Not even Tim Hortons is open on Christmas anymore. Huh.
Yep.
So, okay, how about, do you have any Waffle House tales or whatever? Like, what do you do there?
Well, I just started waitressing my last day of work.
Okay.
And, before then, I had been doing what's called doorcoring, which is basically...
Wait, what?
Doorcore. It's basically where you're standing by the door and, you show people to their seats, you help waitresses get the dishes.
Oh, door whore. I thought you said dork whore.
No, I did say doorcore.
Wait, what?
Doorcore. Spelt there.
But you're also door whore and dork whore?
Sort of.
Okay.
I mean, Unofficially, I guess.
Yeah, the terminology. So you're like the Walmart greeter or something in that case?
Yeah, basically. And if, there's if all the seats are taken, I can be like, oh, it'll be about a 10-minute wait or
Oh,
however
yeah,
many
okay.
based.
Oh, so
And
this is like a full-on restaurant.
yeah,
It's not just fast food or anything like that?
it's kind
Or
of fast food. Like, it's so terrible for you that you can feel the heart attack on the horizon as
well,
you
I mean,
eat.
yeah, it's not like McDonald's or
Yeah, it's just like they do have to go, but they're actually less common because it's kind of a diner.
oh, so you have to like sit down. It's not there's not like a counter to order stuff or
I mean, you could always get a to-go order, which
okay.
is, you know, but for the most part, people just dine in.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think. We don't have any like we don't even have like IHOP or anything over here.
Oh,
You
it's
know.
funny because there's an IHOP down the road from this Waffle House.
Oh, so they're in competition.
And it's really funny because sometimes, from what I hear from my coworkers, IHOP will have like this free pancake day or
Yeah.
whatever, and people will flock to IHOP, but then people get so sick of the line that they come to Waffle House.
Oh, of course.
So
Yeah.
that actually boosts our business a little bit.
So does Waffle House have just waffles or
They have like sandwiches and burgers and
oh,
steak.
steak? You're gonna go to the Waffle House for steak? That's interesting.
It's interesting.
Well, I mean, would you go to a steakhouse for waffles though?
Mm. Like one of our common things that we have is like called a steak and egg breakfast.
Steak and egg? That's a thing?
Yeah. It's
Oh.
a steak with a side of 2 eggs, made however
I'm,
you want them.
I mean, I guess if like ham and eggs and all that stuff, but sausage
Yeah, we
and
have
eggs.
ham too. We have sausage. We have bacon.
Well, what breakfast place wouldn't have ham and sausages? It'd just be
Right?
incomplete and lame at that point.
Exactly.
But oh wow.
But yeah, we also have the fixins like grits and gravy and chili.
Yeah.
You can actually order chili at Waffle House too. That's the thing. There is so much stuff that I didn't know existed there until I read the full menu. Because,
Yeah.
like, they have a full menu, but it's not what you get when you sit down. You just get, like, the favorites menu,
Then
which
how are you
has...
supposed to know what else they have? How are you supposed to know about the chili?
You have to ask for a full menu.
Because I'm gonna go into the Waffle House and ask for chili. That
It's-
sounds like a natural thing.
It's really weird how they operate in that regard.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have just unleashed the secret to the internet. Waffle House has a full menu. Ah!
Are you gonna get fired for this information?
No! But I do know a few friends of mine who, like, work third shift because at third shift, for whatever reason, people just do not give a fuck.
Oh, I guess because it's like
Like-
night shift then, eh?
Yeah, it's like from 9 till 7 in the morning.
Oh, it's a 24-hour place.
Yeah,
So you can get
Yeah.
24-hour waffles. Is IHOP 24 hours?
I don't think so.
Ah, then that's why I guess you got the competitive advantage.
Yep, it's amazing.
Huh. Yeah.
But
I
the
guess you don't have pancakes though.
yeah, that's what I was about to go into, and I won't release names or anything unless in case Waffle House is watching me.
Oh, of
But
course, they're here. They're
one
listening.
of my in third shift, I do know at least one of the waitresses is they don't. There was this Tumblr post a long time ago that was a total joke that said if you order a grilled waffle at Waffle House, they'll make a pancake.
Okay.
It's completely untrue unless that particular waitress is working because she does not give a fuck. So long as there isn't a manager present, she will make you a grilled waffle.
That's pretty badass, actually. That's like
Yeah, she could actually get fired for that.
Is that like the McGangbang or one of those secret menu items or something?
Not really, because you're not supposed to do it, or, like, you'll get fired.
Well, yeah. But I wonder, do people actually make McGangbangs? Is that still a thing?
I have no idea. But yeah, as for secret menu options, I recently learned that Waffle House has such a thing as a waffle sandwich.
What's in the middle?
I have no idea. I just know that a waffle sandwich is a thing. And
Did
it's
they,
like...
Did they put
3
steak in the middle?
Maybe.
Jeez. Yeah.
Okay, so as for Waffle House stories, one time it was right towards the end of my shift, and then a group of 6 people came and sat down at the bar where I was working, so I couldn't, just up and leave early because it was still like 15 minutes, but I'm like, oh, fucking damn it. And one of the dudes must have been like high as fuck because he was sitting there like, man, do you guys have like chicken waffles? And I'm like,
chicken waffles?
What?
Oh,
I'm like,
wow.
I'm like, well, we do have chicken for some sandwiches, but I'm not sure how we'd get that in the waffle iron.
It'd be like blueberry waffles with little bits of chicken in it.
Yeah, we used to have blueberry and strawberry. I don't know why we don't anymore.
Really?
Yeah, we just have chocolate chip, peanut butter chip, and pecan waffles.
Peanut butter chip is a thing? That sounds amazing.
Yeah. It's like, those little chips of chocolate that you put in like chocolate chip cookies?
Yeah.
Except peanut butter.
That sounds like the greatest thing. Why don't we have that here? You guys have like the frickin' peanut butter Captain Crunch and everything.
Yeah.
Like, God, why do you guys have all the good peanut butter stuff? Jeez.
Why is Canada racist against peanut butter?
Apparently, I mean, we have Reese's. Oh, wait. Oh, do we have Reese's Puffs pieces? I don't know. I never bought that cereal, so I'm not too sure, actually.
But yes.
Chicken waffles.
Yeah, some dude was like, do you guys make these? I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, this is my first day waitressing. Why you're asking me?
Of course. Oh, wow. Okay, there you go. We got Waffle House. Oh, what?
Then there was this old lady who, like, ordered half a grilled cheese with ham, except that's not really a menu item. So I had to ask my unit manager, like, is this a thing that we can do? And he's like, I'm like, you're the manager. You're supposed to know.
You just charge half the price, right?
Yeah, I just, like, there's this sandwich called the ham and cheese, which was supposed to have, like, lettuce and tomato and all that good stuff on it as well.
Okay.
So
not just ham and cheese.
Yeah, and it was, like, supposed to be $3.90 or something.
Okay.
But because she didn't get all that, and it was a half sandwich instead of a whole, so it was just one piece of bread instead of 2. I just, like, made it, like, $3 instead of $3.90.
Oh, you just dropped the
90.
Like,
yeah, because I'm like,
yeah.
You're the one asking for something that ain't even on the fucking menu.
Right. Oh, wow, what a ripoff. Yeah. I guess it'd be kind of interesting to work at a restaurant, maybe.
Yeah, it's pretty nice, except I'm on my feet a lot, and I already had a bad back. My back has been getting worse since I started working.
Oh, God. Yeah, I guess so.
So, yeah, that's a thing.
Because, yeah, I had a job for a little while where I had to stand in one place the whole entire time. I didn't like that very much.
Yeah, you wouldn't seem to be the kind of guy who would appreciate that.
Yeah, it gets right to the soles of your feet, and even if you get, like, the fancy Dr. Schultz or whatever they're called, it only helps a little bit.
Yeah.
Because in life, I always find a way to sit down. That's just my thing. Wherever I can, I do it. That makes me sound like the ultimate lazy slob. But...
No. I wish I could sit down, but, like, the only time you can sit down if you're a waitress is, like, if you're eating, which, if the place is full, then you can only eat in the back, or, like, in the back doesn't even have but, like, one seat in the manager's room, except the manager's room is so fucking small it might as well be called the manager's closet.
Oh, God. Yeah?
Because the room is, like, maybe 3 feet by 5 feet.
What?
Yeah.
That is a closet. Wait.
It's a fucking closet.
Yeah.
And it has, like, the cabinet of all the money on one side with all the locks, and it has the computer registry on one side, like, on the other, for, like, the stuff. So you really only get, like, 2 feet, like, 3 feet by 2 feet of actual sitting space, and there's just a stool there.
I can't visualize this in my head. I can't fit all this. I can't fit this in my visual image.
It's something.
It does sound like something indeed. But oh man, okay. That's what. Oh, do you have to wear like fancy uniforms?
Yeah, my uniform is hanging up in the other room because the room I'm currently staying in doesn't have any kind of place to hang things, and if they did, I'm pretty sure one of the cats would knock it down like he already knocked down my jacket.
Oh, do you get cat? Right? Do you get cat fur all over everything?
Not really, actually.
Or I guess cats aren't really like that. Yeah, dogs, of course.
Some cats shed like. It's amazing.
Yeah, well, I guess cats have less fur, but So, I guess we talked about some spiritual things. We talked about waffles. We talked a little bit about Christmas. I don't really have much more to say on Christmas stuff, really. pretty.
Waffle House is open on Christmas, and we have a really snazzy poster of, like, I guess it's supposed to be Christmas Day, and Santa is sitting in Waffle House, and a waitress is handing him a waffle. And I am appreciative of this poster because it is racially inclusive, because the waitress serving him is black.
Oh, okay. There you go. But should Santa be Mexican or something, though?
Nah.
Nah.
My friend, who I'm staying with, as I said, she serves the Norse deities, and she is very adamant that Santa Claus and the story is very much based on Odin. She is very adamant on that.
What?
Yep.
So Santa is like
Odin.
kind of. Okay. You know what? I can jive with that.
So, my friend just sent me a link, and of course, you know, he did it with tiny link or tiny URL or whatever, so I wouldn't know what site it's from. And of course, it's a fucking Rule 34 image, but it's really nice artwork. Like, wow, I wish I could do my line work like
send
that.
it to me.
That's
I'll live
impressive.
react.
Okay.
Don't even hint at what it is. I'm just gonna see for myself.
Okay.
All right, what do we got? This is
Viking.
gonna be an exciting live reaction. All right. Oh
All right.
God. Oh wait, it's actually .xxx, really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm not sending you the tiny URL because that's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I'll let you know what you're clicking on.
Barbara Gordon. Oh no. Okay, I see the title. I don't see the image yet. It's still okay. Here we go. It's
See what I mean? It's like really nice artwork. What?
yeah. That's actually like really well drawn. That's a nice
Yeah.
art style, actually.
And I appreciate the coloring style too, because
Yeah, the
damn.
coloring's great on this.
And then
I'm not gonna put
you
this
could
in the link
almost-
dump, but
You could almost appreciate it and not realize that it's porn.
well, yeah, actually, because it's fairly
artistic.
well drawn. It's colored nicely. There's nice
Art.
definition. Oh, there's even tan lines too. Oh wow.
Yeah,
this
there's
guy...
tan lines, and if you look at her eyes, you see the difference between like the inside tear duct and the outer part of the eye.
Yeah. Wow. This is like, what else has this artist done?
Right?
Oh. Hey, well, there's some.
I do
what
need
would
to
you
check
call it,
out whoever did
normal
this artwork actually, because
Well,
this
you can,
is
if you click
really
on the
nice.
side, on the on that red text, you can see the other stuff, and yeah, this is good artwork.
Yeah.
Wow. What do you know? Okay, I'll shout out this artist, Dan Dun Fuga. Go look that up and see what you
If
find.
you want to find some prawn.
Yeah, pretty much. But alright, this has been the Manga Raiders Community Happy Hour, something day of Christmas. Do you have anything to say? Any parting shots?
I apologize if you do look up this artist because, like, all of the prawn.
Yeah, exactly. All the piranhas in the sea are foaming around. Tune in next time for more porn or something. I don't know what we're doing next time.
We won't go with that, but tune in next time for more holiday fun.
Yeah, that sounds
God,
better.
that sounds like innuendo now.
Oh,
Great.
actually. Okay. Oh, I'm too out of tune to do this right now.